This comes to us from Ireland, a troublemaker named Colette. Hi, Maureen. Just wanted to say a quick hello. It was your surname that caught my eye at first regarding the nerve, as I'm Irish, so I thought I'd take a look. I love it. We love that you love it. See, we're unlike Sarah Jessica Parker. We're in the business of making you guys happy, okay? Now, she says, oh, I love this. You might have been raised in the US, but you have that Irish streak running through you, especially when something is pissing you off. Yeah. Also, I wanted to add that I'm sad that And Just Like That is over, as I look forward to you picking it apart on Tuesdays. All good things must come to an end, but we've got hate watches for days, Colette, so don't despair. She signs off, keep up the great work, all the best, Sláinte. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure you'll correct me, Colette, if I haven't. I tried my best. Okay, following that lovely, lovely email, I need to share with you Colette's incredible artwork. She sent 2 pieces. The first is the Nerve Daily, which I love. It's like a print edition. Oh my God, how I love print media. It's a print edition. And then her second piece is me standing in front of a wood chipper, looking like I'm about to take somebody out and throw them out back and chip them up. Colette, A++. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for that. Next, we got from Paul, Troublemaker Paul from New Zealand, who more recently gave us the cauldron art of me as chief witch troublemaker, head bitch troublemaker in charge, the Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble Maker cauldron is back. First of all, he wants to email to give support to Tim, the makeup artist. You guys love him. We love him. Paul says of Tim, he is excellent. Agreed. He is clear, thoughtful, and I shall use a word that seems to matter so much nowadays, authentic. Agreed. Maureen, I also prefer the word realistic. Tim is realistic about HBO, AGLT, and SJP. So many acronyms. Okay, the Nerve is realistic. Your guests are realistic. Your troublemakers are realistic. We don't buy the fake crap flung at us by Andrew Cohen, as he shall forevermore be known over here at the Nerve et al. So many names are included in that all. Keep realistic and carry on. Some new troublemaker art for you attached. And Paul gives us keep calm and watch the Nerve with a crown. I think one Meghan Markle might take umbrage, to which I say, you can suck it, sister. Okay. Now, from Julie in Athens, Greece. I am amazed at the reach of this show, truly. She says that Tuesdays, once Monday level tedious, are now nearly as brilliant as Fridays, because no matter what's blowing up at work, I know I get to kick off my shoes and listen to the Nerve. Instant mood lifter, sanity restorer. Honestly, it's like therapy, except way cheaper and much funnier. And we are all so gratified. Thank you guys for this feedback. It tells us we are on the right track, and lightening your load is task number 1 over here. Your takedowns of the absurd JFK Jr. cult, she's loving those. I can't get over the way the left insists on idolizing the smug, charisma-free mediocrity as though sainthood were hereditary. And as we know, his father was no saint and his grandfather was no saint. On and on and on. If anyone half as arrogant and empty showed up on the right, they would be crucified by the very same people. Agreed. If you haven't already dug into Brooke Shields' account of this guy, you must. In her version of their brief interlude, she really exposes the entitled jerk you've described. And yes, we've done this on another Nerve. He was terrible to her. Okay. What I love most, though, is that the Nerve isn't just commentary. Julie says it's more like a movement. You're steadily gathering this avalanche of listeners who are sick of the hypocrisy, the self-appointed elites, and the cultish worship of mediocrities. So thank you. You know what? We're so glad. We're so glad we are striking the proverbial nerve, as it were. Vis-a-vis the newsreader, my recent viewing recommendation, to you troublemakers. It's Australian. It's amazing. I'm addicted. I'm dying. The next episode is dropping tonight on AMC Plus. Thank you so much. Or sorry, it dropped last night. Thank you so much for your recommendation on an absolutely fabulous show. I am a Kiwi living in Australia and didn't know about this local morsel. And Nikki is loving the newsreader. Absolutely incredible on so many levels. Agreed. This from a troublemaker named Liz in Kentucky. Maureen, firstly, it is validating for you to be talking honestly about celebrities I've considered assholes for ages. Thank you. Thanks to you, Liz. Whether it be Andrew Cohen, who I believe hates women and exploits them as a modern day Truman Capote, or even a Truman Show, or the narcissistic, talentless, and fragile Meghan Markle, you are spot on. As to SJP, she still fancies herself and her bitchy character, Carrie, as stunning ingenues. The show is the ultimate let them eat cake statement to fans, many of whom cannot at all relate to the wasteful, frivolous, and insane behavior of the characters or the actors who play them. Most people in our country are under extreme financial stress. Yes, Liz. Also, on the subject of Carole Radziwill, you guys loved that segment. Whoa, didn't see that coming. I just thought the Tyler Henry psychic reading, scribble, was hilarious. She was one of the most contemptuous women in any of the Real Housewives franchises, and that is saying a lot, given the grandiose and deranged shit show Real Housewives always is. It was clear Carole considered herself a true intellectual, far superior to her castmates, but still needing the attention and the paycheck the casting afforded her. Unfortunately, her brains failed her when it came to the work she had done. Carole definitely wanted to draw parallels to herself and Carrie Bradshaw. Agreed, both single, both quote unquote writers, both with ovens full of storage and shoes, and both known to end up in wildly inappropriate relationships. Never forget Caroline's borderline, in this troublemaker's estimation, predatory relationship to the chef Adam Kenworthy, who was 21 years her junior and who also had previously dated Luann's niece, who was his age, his peer. Now, here is a working theory of the case, just a working theory. And I love the Countess, Luann. She gave us so much. I believe that Luann was so worked up over Carole sleeping with the chef, who was so much younger, because Luann had also slept with said chef. There is no other explanation for that outsized reaction. I don't care how much you love your niece. It's just, it never made sense. The only working theory that makes sense to me. Okay. Hey, Maureen, it is Cody from Oklahoma. You can use my name and state anytime. Okay, Cody Tyner. He had sent the email about Matthew Broderick in an earlier Nerve. Remember, this is so good. Cody, you really, someday we'll talk. Remember when Kathy Griffin had a reality show called Kathy Griffin, My Life on the D-List that aired on Bravo? Yes, I do. Andrew Cohen was basically her boss and definitely knew who she was, especially since his best friend, Anderson Cooper, was very close with Kathy Griffin, and they used to host a New Year's Eve special together every year, which was actually funny because Kathy Griffin was on it and could keep talking for hours on end instead of getting shit-faced like Andy Cohen does and calls that broadcasting. Okay. When she got canceled for the headless Trump photo, Anderson cut ties with her and she was fired from the hosting gig. Andrew Cohen was going to be her replacement, and when TMZ asked him about it, he acted like he didn't know who she was, but it was obvious he was just being catty. He was awful about that. He was just waiting for that opening because, Andrew Cohen has been gagging to get, when they were auditioning for Kelly Ripa's next co-host after Ryan left, he was gagging for it. He's been trying to get a real gig that's not on Bravo, and he can't do it. He has what I call site-specific fame. It is specific to Bravo and the Bravo universe, and we'll see how long that lasts for because, as discussed, we at The Nerve, we've got skin in this game. Okay. Kathy Griffin responded to Andrew Cohen's slight by posting a video where she spilled all the tea she had on him and Harvey Levin. She called Andy misogynistic, said he was a miserable boss, gave reasons why, even called out specific producers and executives for enabling his behavior. Sound familiar? The most interesting part to me, though, was when she talked about what happened before she would appear on Watch What Happens Live. She said that the first time she was alone with Andrew in his office on Embassy Row, he asked if she wanted to do blow. She thought he was joking, but the next time she appeared on his show, again, this is Cody's recollection. The next time she appeared on his show, again, alone with him in his office, Kathy says that Andrew said to her, "Hey, want to do some coke?" That's when she realized he was serious and turned him down. People dismissed the video, saying she was crazy and having a breakdown, as people often do with inconvenient women. But I believe her for a couple of reasons. First, after she told the story, she said, "Trust me, he's going to say he was kidding, but no, he was serious," as with the Brandy video. Remember, he said he was kidding, and I said, you guys go look at that U.S. Sun report, and I gave you the date of the story in the most recent Full Nerve. You look at that, and he's not kidding. My opinion, there's no way you could read that as joking around. Okay. I feel, Cody continues, like if she were making it up, she would have said he'll claim it never happened. Instead, she predicted he'd say he was joking, which feels more believable. Second, this was back in 2017. And now, after hearing all of the housewives who have come forward accusing him of drug use and or abuse, I think she was telling the truth. Hey, Maureen, this is from a troublemaker named Margaret. Not only did Matthew Broderick kill 2 innocent women, again, skating at the low, low price of a $175 fine, making the lives of those women worth $87.50 each. He gravely injured his girlfriend at the time, the actress Jennifer Grey. Apparently, she writes about it in her memoir, which I have not read, but I really need to. It was just tragic, and Jennifer states that it was the most traumatic event of her life. Matthew Broderick is disgusting and so typical of Hollywood reckless behavior that goes unchecked. From Lauren, troublemaker Lauren. Hey, Maureen. Okay. Holy shit. That Tracy Ellis Ross dry skin brushing reaction to your takedown of her. Thank you, by the way. You're welcome. It's a total public service. Do not dry brush in public, you heathen. Was insane. She looked like an unhinged lunatic. Of course, a dim-witted narcissist such as herself would predictably lash out instead of taking some time for introspection to reflect upon her privilege, selfishness, and overall lack of curiosity or intelligence. You know, just what Hollywood elites like to tell the rest of us all the time. Keep going after her. She deserves it for all her entitled and nasty behavior. The email from the lady whose hardworking Haitian mother was berated by Tracy is probably one of hundreds out there. Agreed. Finally, we come to our end today, but it's not for long because we will see you tomorrow on the mini. But for today's end, our final piece of artwork from Troublemaker Heather, who, like so many of you, the last recap we did of And Just Like That with Tim the makeup artist, I donned my version of Carrie's Holly Hobby on acid mega hat. That was made by Emily over here on Team Nerve. She put it together literally with like safety pins and packing tape. That was a piece of gingham fabric off of Amazon with a big summer hat. She is a feat of engineering, and as I said, it's going in the archives. Anyway, Heather mocked me up for the cover of Glamour magazine, the 50 most glamorous women, and yours truly on it with the pizza pie hat. You guys are geniuses. I laugh out loud when I get these emails and I see this art. I laugh out loud and then I marvel at how creative and funny and just intelligent every single person who reaches out is. And so I know that holds true for the whole audience. You know, we really lucked out over here at the Nerve. Do you love olive oil? If so, have you ever tasted it farm fresh? If not, your first taste will be a revelation. Just born of earth and tree, farm fresh olive oil is bright, vivid, grassy. It's like a garden in a bottle, and it adds amazing flavor to all of your meals. Listen, if we insist on fresh milk and eggs, fresh meat and fish, fresh fruits and veggies, We should insist on fresh olive oil because in every case, freshness makes a huge difference in flavor and in nutrition. But you'll never find fresh olive oils in supermarkets where they can sit on the shelf for months or even years. Prove the difference to yourself with a free $39 bottle direct from an award-winning artisanal farm. Pay just $1 to help cover shipping, and your $39 bottle is free, courtesy of TJ Robinson, known worldwide as the olive oil hunter. TJ searches the world for the best tasting olive oil, and he ships it direct at peak farm fresh flavor and nutrition. Try your first bottle free with no obligation or commitment to buy anything. For your free $39 bottle, go to farmfresh222.com. That's farmfresh222.com, farmfresh222.com.